Good morning, kids, and welcome to the beginning of a video series where I give you all my personal knowledge I've collected during my engineering adventures in Team Fortress 2. I don't consider myself a main of anything in TF2 necessarily, but engineer is my second most played class hour-wise in the game. When I need to support my team on offense, as in when there's 5 heavies running across the map to push last, I usually switch to Engie and help them get to the front lines faster or support my team in general. The following video contains several clips where I show you my favorite building locations for each popular attack and defense map that I play Blue Engineer on. Now keep in mind these aren't perfect spots, and no spot is designed to be perfect. This is just meant to help inspire people, maybe, hopefully, to think outside the box, because I haven't seen any other engineers put sentries or buildings in these locations. Some maps such as Junction will not be shown since they're either not commonly played or I don't play engineer all that often on them. But I'm going to throw up a quick selection screen if you guys want to skip forward to any part of the video. This navigation option will also be available in the description. Woo! Okay, without further ado, let's get started on our first map, Dustbowl. Alright, first things first, I'm going to throw down an entrance here to help get my team to the front lines after they've captured that first point. I'm going to be throwing down my exit here, which is the most secure and secluded spot in this top shack. I'm going to put a dispenser right by this door, in case the medium health and ammo is not enough and there's no medic there. The only unique thing really that I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my sentry on this far wall next to this barrel. And this is because explosive classes who come up expecting to take out a teleporter are going to look right to do so, and they're not going to be expecting a level 3 in that corner as they're peeking the right side. I find this very effective for all explosive jumping classes. Going down the list, we have Gorge. I'm going to throw a level 1 teleporter down there. And these 2 teleporter spots are ones that I usually use. They're not super necessary for capping first, but anyway, the first one is going to be underneath the staircase, which is pretty standard fare. But if your team's doing a good job of pushing up, you can sneak along the left side of the bridge on first and put the exit here, which is invisible even to people getting the health and ammo right there. As far as dispensers, I'm going to put one right there, which seems like it would get spammed out a lot, but I've never had it happen since it's not a common dispenser spot. As they're capping that first point, I put the sentry here that overlooks it, in case Reds try to stop them. As we cap first and we respawn, I'm going to put the entrance right there, and we're going to hop down and go into this room. This is pretty standard as well. That teleporter in this room is pretty common. I'm going to build a sentry overlooking this point here, and then a dispenser in this room. In case this dispenser isn't getting used, I like to put it in this spot by the medium health and ammo kit, since they come here anyway, and if our team is really pushing forward, I'm going to put it in this spot, which is hard to see from Red's side. Right after Gorge, we have Mountain Lab, so coming out of the spawn here, we're going to throw down a level 1 teleporter. And it's nice because we always spawn from that area, so we don't have to touch that entrance again. I usually put a teleporter in this spot here. It's pretty secluded and pretty easy to defend. If you want to defend the teleporter, this passive sentry spot here watches the staircase and watches the teleporter as well. So once you get that upgraded, it will protect it pretty sufficiently. If you feel like that is not doing enough and your team is pushing forward enough, you can put that sentry up here and just replace this spot with a dispenser for your team. This is also pretty convenient because you can just spam Rescue Ranger bolts down this hallway and your sentry can watch that room pretty well. So as your team pushes up into this spot, as they're getting ready to cap last, I'd like to put the sentry spot there, which is pretty unexpected. It covers that staircase and people aren't expecting it, so they won't shoot at it immediately. Dispenser goes there, which is pretty standard, and then I will move the teleporter over to here. I find that that sentry spot, well, it looks like it wouldn't be super powerful. It's actually really strong because when explosive classes and people who come up here to take out those buildings come in, they won't see it until it's too late. Up next we have Gravelpit. This is my second favorite map to engineer on just because of the possibilities. I'm going to put this level 1 entrance on the ground, not on the metal part, so that soldiers and demos can't even see the entrance, let alone spam it. I'm going to put this sentry on level 2, but 25 metal away from level 3. Now we're going to move out, and hopefully your team is coordinated enough to push A, like most offenses do initially, and then usually most defenses just let them have A. But if not, you're going to put this sentry here, and if they don't know it's here, it is unbeatable because it will gun them down in a matter of seconds. Once this builds up to level 2, you're going to hit it one more time to get it to level 3. You're going to jump up top, and you are going to put a teleporter right there. And as you see in the top right corner here, once you take it, there is no way they are finding this teleporter again. And it is very nice. Very sexy teleporter. Once they cap A, we're going to do a little ninja-neering. This is an optional step, but something that I like to do sometimes. If I don't really care about the match, I'm just going to throw down this sentry here and see how much havoc we can cause in a matter of seconds. And just go crazy if you want. Alright, once you die, or if you don't die, you're going to put that dispenser there just to help your team push C. Speaking of pushing C, we're going to push steel. Okay, your sentry gun should be level 2, almost level 3, just for deploying speed's sake. Just get that to 175, and then throw this dispenser over here pre-round to help your team push A in case they need to refuel a little bit. Once the spawn door is open, you're going to hope that nobody's over here and just run over on this ladder spot. You're going to run over behind them, and if there's any cheeky scouts trying to back cap E, you can just throw down this sentry to sort of help them out. But really the kicker with this whole thing is this teleporter spot, which is Tryhard Steve certified. I'm the only one I've ever seen use this, and it is amazing. If you have the right team to back you up, this spot is unbeatable because it's pretty much invisible from that side and you can't see it from the health and ammo side. After you cap A, you're going to bring this sentry down here and see if they can't notice, and then if they don't, just cause as much havoc as you can on that point. After you cap B, they're going to C. You're just going to run over here, and this is my favorite sentry spot in probably the whole game. You're just going to throw it down, and people who spawn from that spot, reds, come out of these 2 gates after you cap C, and they will not see this sentry spot the first time. Personally guarantee it. And with that sentry spot, you can defend your team as they cap D, and since they come out of that same spot, once you cap E, you will also be able to hold it there. This is personally one of my favorite maps to ninja-neer on, and I invite you to try out any of these strategies if it wets your whistle, if you will. If it jingles your jangles. Yeah. Alright, anyway, that was my first attempt at an engineering tutorial. Again, I'm not a master at engineering. I'm probably not even good. But I thought I'd give you some of my ideas. Hopefully it'll inspire you to think outside the box. Next I have the defense red Engie coming. I'm going to show you some of my favorite spots on defense. Again, remember to like or dislike. Leave me some raging comments in the comment section. And, you know, okay, I'll see you later.